decisions. He was brave to face up to the issues of the day and make difficult decisions.
Yes.
And that is what leaders are made of. You know, you don't become a leader by just dealing with easy decisions.
Yeah.
You know, you become a leader by taking up difficult questions and addressing them head on, and you know, and live with the consequences. And I really thank him for, at least for the TRRC, for standing by us, making the difficult decisions, taking the hit. You know, sometimes you know, I am applauded and he is derided, you know, but that's the nature of the game. I think he did a wonderful job for his country.
Yeah, Essa,
Wow.
this interview generated a lot of interest. I was telling Musa that the types of reaction that we get when we put it out was just massive. So, of course, you'll have people who will send you questions. There is a question that was sent to me. I'm going to read it. It is. That is, please ask Essa on Sunday what is next for him in the Gambia. And the question is, will he follow through along with Baba, that is Baba Gale, to champion the cause for justice, or throw his heart in the presidency race to ensure that justice is served? So this question I have seen just two angles of seeing justice. That is, either you are going to work with Baba to see the champion it, or throw your heart in the race to be the chief executive officer to make sure that it happens.
Are you stealing my question?
Look, I have worked abroad for far too long. All right. I made the decision to come back home to serve my country. I could have stayed away and continue to have a good life and not be so interested about what is happening in the country. I took this job because I wanted to contribute my quota. I wanted to be part of the process of righting the ship. Because as I have mentioned before, the ship was sailing adrift. And it is important that all Gambians join hands to put it back on the right track. And that project, that process is still ongoing. When TRRC ends, we move on to other things that Gambian people would want us to be involved in. All I want to do is to be a servant of the people, a servant of the people who helped educate me, a servant of the people who share this little country with me and my family, a servant of the people to whom I belong. That is all I want to be. So where my services are needed, I would go there and deliver. If that meets with my values and what I think I can do. Because also in this country, people will just take jobs. Whether they are qualified for those jobs or not doesn't really matter. That culture must end, I think also. That is one of the things we should change. We should ensure we bring meritocracy in this country. We should ensure that we stop the mismatching of people with positions. But I am willing to serve in whatever capacity the people of this country want me to serve in. It's not about what I can get. What I can get, I get for myself, and I get for myself elsewhere. Okay, but this is about service to the country, service to the people where I am required, where I am needed. If it accords with my values, I would go there and I would do it without hesitation. It's all about service to my country and service to the people. It's not about the position. But that said, like I said earlier, we should all endeavor to be good citizens. And what good citizenry means is to be interested in the politics of your country and to participate in the politics of the country in order to ensure that we have a better country for all. And in what capacity that would be, well, it's the future would really guide us. We wait and see. But it is important that all of us are interested in the politics of our country and do the right things that are necessary to help our country develop. So in the issue of justice, I'll definitely be an advocate for justice to happen in this case. I would advocate for justice for the victims. I would advocate for justice for those of our sisters who were sexually violated. I would advocate for justice for those victims who were killed. I would advocate for justice for whosoever's right has been violated. That is natural, and that is what I expect all well-meaning Gambians to do. So Gambian civil society should get up and ensure that these things that happened are not brushed under the carpet, but are dealt with in a court of law so that there will be accountability. Because if there is no accountability, we won't learn from the ills of the past. And like I said the other day, if we do not correct the ills of the past, we'll be sowing the seeds of disaster for the future. So we have to deal with that.
Essa, there was something that happened very interestingly. I know Musa would come back to your answer because I can see him saying that, you know what, it was nuanced. But, but it was nuanced. My question that I want to ask. One of the most dramatic days at the TRRC was when Yankuba Toure came there and relied on the indemnity clause in the Constitution to say that he cannot be questioned on the matters that he did. What do you think the Supreme Court ruling on this matter did for the TRRC's mandate to be able to prosecute those that are most responsible for the violation of rights in the Gambia, especially in the Gambia itself?
I think it was a brilliant, it was a watershed moment. And you would recall that there were meetings between us and Mr. Toure before his appearance and before he displayed his attitude to the commission. And I recall telling him that I am sorry, my brother, but I think you are misreading the law. And he said to me that I have read all the TRRC laws. I know what I'm telling you. I have read the Constitution. I have immunity and there's nothing you can do about it. And unfortunately, he did so in a very, very rude manner. But this was in private. And I told him, Mr. Toure, I am sorry, but you misunderstand the law. And I don't know who is advising you, but there is no immunity for international crimes. There is no immunity for violating international human rights law. And I gave him two cases as examples. Excuse me. I said, ask about this for the Sanko case in Sierra Leone, wherein his immunity was also part of the agreement that brought the ceasefire in Sierra Leone. And the court tossed it out. I mean, even in my case at the ICC, Saif al-Islam Gaddafi, they said there is no immunity for international crimes. So I gave him these examples and he brushed it aside. But I knew fully well that if this matter went to court, the court would toss away the immunity clauses on the grounds of our obligations to international customary law or customary international law. So I was not surprised by the decision that came out to vindicate exactly the point I told him. I mean, I wanted him to participate in the TRRC process. I think Mr. Toure also at several points wanted to fully participate in the TRRC process. But unfortunately, things changed for him. Maybe it's due to legal advice. I don't know, or maybe out of fear, he decided to put up that posture. But on several occasions, he had demonstrated a willingness to cooperate. But at least we in the legal team knew that he was not going to get that immunity, that immunity. And it's quite easy to do the legal reasoning. Do you think a genuine court would allow a person to commit the worst crimes ever and grant himself immunity for that, and the courts accept it? It does not make sense. No democratic society, no society based on rule of law would allow that. All right? These issues of immunity is for official actions. Say, for instance, there is an official decision to bulldoze somebody's house. And on the basis of that official decision, you bulldoze the house, you have immunity. You know, but not you go and slaughter people in the most inhuman manner, and you expect that the law would protect you. How would the law protect you on that? I mean, it's just, but anyway, I mean, the way people, that's why understanding of the law.
Really, that's what, same thing would happen.
Yes, understanding of the law can sometimes be an inspiration, you know, because, I mean, not every lawyer would think like that, I would imagine. And that's why some get it wrong. But I mean, I think this is no rocket science. This is easy logic. You know, you are given immunity for things that you are empowered to do under the law. And if it turns out to be a crime, well, we'll say, because we had empowered you under the law, we now have to protect you. But not when you go on something and did crazy things on your own and you want the law to protect you. It does not happen. And customary international law does not allow immunity for violating international crimes anyway. And this is what it was. I'm not surprised that he lost. I'm not surprised that he's being prosecuted fully in accordance with the law.
All right, Mr. Faal, Falenby.
This guy is still trying to find a way to
you gave
so
you gave a political answer. You said,
well, you
whatever
asked me
the
about
Gambian
politics.
people want me to do. even Jammeh said that before. Sorry for equating you. Jammeh used to say that. He's going to get independent depending on what the Gambian people want him to do. You said, we all should be interested in the politics of our country. I mean, now, Essa, we've all heard about that Essa is going to run for president. And now, hearing you giving this kind of answers, it making me, you know what, maybe this guy is really kind of positioning himself to run for office. Is that what you are saying? And for all practical reasons, looking at the political terrain, how are you going to go about doing that?
Well, you've already assumed that I'm going to do it.
yeah.
Right. Because listening to your answers.
You jumped the gun. Why don't you?
Why are you pushing on this issue, by the way? Why are you pushing?
No. What Pasamba asked, in what capacity are you going to work with Baba Gale Jallo to pursue justice, and then, or are you going to run for office to bring about change in justice? And then from his answers, what I gleaned from it is, whatever the Gambian people wants me to do. I mean, what Gambian people are you talking about? Is it something that you're going to initiate? Are you waiting for them to say, we want you to run for office? And you said, we should all be interested in the politics of our country. I may be misconstruing your answers, but from that, it's telling me that this is someone who is at least thinking about it. Am I kind of way off?
I can say that you are someone thinking about it.
Excuse me?
You are someone thinking about it.
Like I'm the one thinking about you running for office, you mean?
Yes, you are the one thinking about me running for office, because you have looked at a lot of things to bring you to the conclusion that perhaps this guy may want to run for office. All I can tell you is that I could say the same thing about you. That you are interested in politics, you love politics, and you are probably planning a run for politics, to have Pasamba as your campaign manager and Banker as your finance. It's just like when people...
So Fadamos, are you thinking about it?
Are you thinking about it, Fadamos?
I would love to do it, but I'm not. I would love to do it, but I'm not. Can you categorically say that Essa Faal will not be throwing his hat in the ring come 2021 general elections?
But I don't dwell in category. I don't dwell in categorical statements. Nobody does that.
You are not going to box this guy.
Nobody does that because it's like you digging yourself a hole and burying yourself in it. I mean, to me, I don't dwell in that. What I am telling you is, I will do what I think would be helpful for my country.
Correct. That's fair.
I would do that. And if I believe that what we have is not good enough, if I believe that the options on the table are not good enough, I would probably consider whether I am good enough and whether I should do it, or whether there is somebody else like Banker who's good enough, and we try to get Banker to do it.
I'm not even qualified.
But the most important thing here is we cannot mortgage the future of this country to some strangers. We don't know what they are doing with our lands. We cannot afford to continue.
So Essa, you're saying you will make a decision when you realize that the options are not available or they're not good enough. And we're talking about 6-7 months before the 2021 polls. Are you telling me that you haven't? Banker, why are you making faces?
You are pushing on this.
No. I'm just trying, because time is running out. I'm just trying to find out that.
Okay. For the program. Okay. I get you. Okay. Go ahead.
Have you reached the decision that
you know what? Let me help you out. Let me help you out. When I decide to run for president, I will make an announcement. And I will give you a call and allow you to ask me whatever questions you want to ask. Is that a fair deal?
It is a fair deal. So at least you're thinking about it. That's a
fair
deal.
No. You're the one thinking about it. I told you, if I decide to run for president or to run for office, all right, I will make an announcement.
Yes, sir.
If I decide to, I will make an announcement. And when I do, I will give you the opportunity for an interview. And that's fair enough.
That is fair enough.